The Fall Guy, starring Ryan Gosling, Emily Blunt, directed by David Leitch. A movie that had all the makings of something I was going to really enjoy and something I was really excited to go see. My expectations weren't extremely high, but I definitely thought that this was going to be a fun yet cheesy kind of romance movie with great bits of action in it. And I think it meets that expectation. It definitely is that, but I was genuinely surprised with the film's execution of its simple concepts. And although I already knew that both Emily Blunt and Ryan Gosling were both great, I mean, their chemistry on screen is really incredible in this film. It really carries it along alongside great action sequences and, in my opinion, some pretty good humor. Now, is the runtime long? Yeah. Is the humor a little bit repetitive? Yeah. Is the plot a little too basic and you can see it from a mile away? Yeah. But overall, I think Fall Guy is a fun time, a look back to a simpler time of movies. It's not quite like a Godzilla movie where you just turn your brain off and enjoy it for what it is, but I do think it will be a film that I could just easily turn on a night after a long day of work and just sit back and relax and enjoy. Hey guys, my name is Jackson George. If you care about spoilers, this is your spoiler alert. So if you haven't seen the film, care about spoilers, go ahead, click away, go watch the film, then come back here. But if you're someone who just doesn't care about spoilers or who has already seen the film, let's go ahead and jump into this bad boy. The Fall Guy follows a stuntman named Colt Seavers at the top of his game. He's stunt performing for one of the top actors in Hollywood, is having a lovely romance with one of the camera women named Jody. Dude is living the life until he has an almost fatal injury, breaking his back during a stunt, and falls out of the stuntman game and is kind of just living, just kind of coasting, working at a dead-end job. That all changes when the producer for Tom Rider, the actor that he's always worked alongside with, calls him, offering him a role on another big movie to get him back into the game. Colt is not too fond of returning to the movie biz. It's like, nah, those days are behind me. Look, I almost broke my back. Until the producer lady's like, oh, but Jody, your old girlfriend, is the director on this film and asked for you specifically. And then Colt's all like, well, shoot, you didn't mention Jody at the beginning. Yeah, I'm all on this bad boy. Let me get on a plane real quick. So Colt gets to set where he finds out that Jody didn't actually ask for him and that producer lady made it up to get him there. The real reason she wants him there is because Tom Rider has gone missing. Producer lady has no idea where he is and she's worried about it. She says she can't get the police involved because that would derail the movie and the studio would stop funding the project and Jody would lose out on her first big break as director. So she asked Colt to go find Tom before the movie gets shut down and Jody's career might be derailed. Not a super complex plot, not a super complex story. And as it progresses, I mean, it doesn't get more complex or anything like that either. I will say, there are a couple twists in this movie. I don't think they're anything huge or anything that will really catch the audience off guard, like in Bullet Train, but there's definitely a lot going on here where you can kind of forget about the Finding Tom plot, where when those twists do come in that plot line, you can kind of forget about it and then it gets you there. But if you really just sit and think about it, like, it's pretty predictable. The plot is pretty predictable. I gotta say though, Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt pick up for the basic plot and the underwhelming script. Their chemistry together is incredible. It is so fun to watch. And they both are charismatic by themselves that even when they're not on screen together, Ryan is just awesome. His charisma could carry most films, and it does for this one. It was fun watching Ryan Gosling just kind of be Ryan Gosling. You can tell he and Emily had fun with this movie. I mean, you could see it on screen. If they didn't, I mean, great job acting, but it seems like they had fun with this movie. I was impressed by the action and the stunts in this film. I forgot that David Leitch was directing this film and also that he directed Bullet Train, but I was reminded of how much I enjoyed Bullet Train with this film and the stunts here. Cool concepts, great execution, and just ended up with a solid result that was fun to watch on screen. And what I really liked about this film is that it gave you a little bit of an insight into the makings of movies. It did make me feel like I wanted to be on set with these people, that I wanted to be on a film set, which I think was cool. I've seen a decent amount of people complaining about the humor and the jokes. I'm not gonna lie, I thought this film was pretty funny. This is my type of humor. Was there some things that were repetitive? Yeah, probably. But I enjoyed it. It was a good old laugh. Will I still think so the next time watching it? I have no idea. But I look forward to watching it again. But I think overall, it was solid. I was not expecting to laugh this much in the theater. I gotta say though, if you don't like this humor, it's really going to put a sour taste in your mouth for this film. Because there is so much of it. So if you don't like the style of humor that this film presents, you're probably not gonna like the movie. Look, I really enjoyed the time I spent with Fall Guy in the theater. I do think there's going to be certain people that aren't particularly fond of this film because it has a weak script. They may not find the humor funny, and because it's so repetitive, it might turn them away from this film. And it is a little long. I'm not going to lie. I don't know why this film needed to be over 2 hours, but I think it's a nice, light-hearted, goofy film with a ton of great action and great performances across the board. I didn't even mention Winston Duke and the addition that he brings, or Aaron Taylor Johnson, and even though he has limited screen time, does a great job as Tom Ryder, or Hannah Waddingham as the producer. All that culminates in something that I thought was a pretty good time, and that I enjoyed in the theaters, and took me back to an older time of film. But that's what I thought about The Fall Guy. Let me know down in the comment section below what you guys thought. Thank you guys so much for stopping by, watching the video. It truly does mean a lot to me. I really do appreciate it. But that's it from me. I love you guys. Have an absolutely fantastic day. And until next time, peace out, bro skillets.